Okay, guys, we are going to do reviews on audiobooks. Let's we I picked out 5 audiobooks here, and I'm going to review all of them and tell you what I like and dislike about them and see if this is my own opinion, so if you don't like it, you can go to the next subscriber. I don't really care. But if you do want my opinion, let me know. I'm going to go in the order to my favorite to my least favorite, but honestly, I love all of them, so they're all really my favorite, but it's just, they're my top 5, I think, for now. Okay, first, Venture the Dragon. This book was fantastic. This book had some flaws, but was really good. It's about a guy who gets reincarnated into a different world, but not like your typical one. This world was he gets kind of screwed and he has nowhere to go. So he takes a mission as an adventurer to go and steal a item from a dragon that's been sleeping for hundreds of years. Nobody's seen him really. He just went to go check to steal his item. So he goes in there. He tries to steal an item, and of course, Venture the Dragon. He gets pissed. Like, oh, okay, well, you try to steal something, I'm gonna eat you. And he's like, oh no 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 no, don't eat me. I swear, let me teach you some things. And then he teaches him he makes everybody in the world basically hate him because he teaches his dragon how to level up with the system. He's like, "What? And I can make money with this?" And of course, because he's greedy as hell, like all dragons, and he just like so he teaches the dragon the system that a god made uh, not too many years ago but he didn't know about it because he was sleeping, and it was just fantastic. Everybody hates him because of it. The humor in this audiobook is just great. I can't think of one of the funnier ones when it comes to like an actual dragon or something. Like, I mean, it was kind of gives me the Blue Mage Raised by Dragons vibes too, except more of the lines of a dragon that's just all greedy and no brains, but a lot of brawn. But the main character that helps him, that stole the item, he is big brains, but he just like hates life. Like, oh my gosh. So I kind of expected like a CEO that always tries to do something that's not supposed to. Like, why? Just why? Just yeah, like, oh, it doesn't listen to anybody. That's basically what it is. Next, He Who Fights with Monsters. Okay, I love this book. It was good, but at the same time, it could be boring at some points. I like the beginning, especially. You can go in. He goes into this world, and then he it gets summoned by a cultist, and then he's just like, What do I do? Why is this like this? I don't know. He's freaking out like anybody who gets summoned to another world. I know if I got summoned in the world, I would be freaking the hell out too. But so, anyways, he goes in there. He saves these adventurers and everything. It's really cool. Then he goes on his journey, and the cool thing about the main character, he's different. Like, he's really like witty, but he doesn't respect anybody. Like, he won't bow down to anybody. He has a big mouth and everything, but he's not like insanely powerful, so he has to rely on some other people to help him because or he's going to get himself killed because in this world the strong holds all the power, and you usually supposed to bow down, respect. He will treat anybody the same basically, which some people like and some people absolutely cannot stand, and it's pretty good. It has one of the longer titles too, like 28 hours. Like, that's pretty good length. Like, so you ever looking for a big budget series, and he comes out with a bunch, right? One after another. So this series will be going on for a while, and he's always updating it. So it's pretty great. Let's see, damn, I don't even know where to start with this. This series was absolutely amazing. The choice of magic, art of the adept. This series has a lot less lit RPG principles on it. This is more like a Harry Potter vibe. This boy here, right here, almost dies from saving somebody from a viper, and his poison. And then his mom cries to this wizard that only she knows about because they're part of the family. Cries to him like, "Save my son! Save my son!" So he saves this kid, and then he turns out he has magical abilities, and this old dude doesn't want anything to do with training somebody. He don't want to do it, but the main character misbehaves and freaking goes ahead and gets himself in trouble basically. So he's like, okay, I gotta train him or he's gonna get himself killed. So he goes and trains him, and then he finds more things into this old man that actually did. But this old man reminds me of my grandfather. That's another reason why I really liked it, because he's all cranky all the time. It was great, and it doesn't have the lit RPG aspects to it, so I'd have to give it like a 9 out of 10. It is good, and all these books are pretty long too. And there's quite a few of them too. I think there's 4 of them. It's a little bit slower on the coming out than a lot of the other books in here, but the quality of the books is so good, and I'll take quality over quantity any day. And okay, Dungeon Crawler Carl. Oh my god. This book is not as long as the other ones, but oh my gosh. It is amazing. This series is really good. This guy, okay, so in any buildings, like a building that you're watching this video in right now, if as soon as the world was taken over by like a syndicate system, all the buildings collapsed. And if you were in the buildings, yeah, you were just dead. You go in this, and then you get a choice. Like, okay, you can go in this dungeon if you want. If you're still alive, you weren't in the buildings. If you're still alive, you can go in this dungeon and go and be like part of the show, or you can stay up on the surface where literally nothing. It's all barren. So he decides, okay, I'm gonna go in the dungeon with this cat that he hates but kind of loves at the same time. So he goes in this cat, and then this dude gets is funny because he as you can see he's in his boxers, so it's pretty funny. And then because it's a TV show, like for them, like the alien people, he goes in and then people are trolls to him, but he's at the same time and he's really good. Like he has to stay in his boxers almost the whole series just because he started with it and he's like the boxer man to them kind of. But at the same time, this dude is like he does this risky all these risky plays and somehow survives them. Each book is great. The only thing I could complain about is like the later books in this, it will take a little. Each floor will have an individual book, where the first book and the second book it goes a little bit faster, like pace. I feel like, and you can go to multiple floors, but then it just slows down. But at the same time, each book was enjoyable. I did not be like, man, this is so boring at all during these books because these are just great. The only thing, yeah, like I said, the only thing I complain about was that because that means I have to buy all these other books because I know I'm going to stick with the series, and it is great. I just can't wait to see what happens towards the end. It's amazing. Okay, one of my all-time favorite books of all time. This thing is amazing. The Unconventional Heroes series. Okay, where do I start? Okay, so it basically has 2 necromancers. Yeah, that's a surprise. And one of them is basically going on his midlife crisis. Like he has to destroy one of his big zombies that he just created by hand and could have died from. So he's just like, you know what? Maybe I should change my job title. Like maybe I shouldn't be a necromancer or something else. But then decided he can't do that. But he will try to be a better person kind of thing. So he's gonna go in and he tries to apply. He goes in with his disciple, and he makes the disciple do like almost all the work, which is so funny. His disciple's named Katie, and yeah, and she writes a letter, and then they say they're trying to do a pardon so that the government doesn't need them anymore. But in order to do that, they have to do necromancer things to help out and recruit people to the cause and make it so they can survive because they're going to be in war, the whole government in a few years. So they go in, and what I love about this show is that the main character is not dumb. Timmy is really really smart, and he's just funny at the same time. Like he cheats when he duels. He doesn't go, "Let's duel to the death" or whatever. No, he will hit you in the back of the head if he that's the way to win. He don't give two shits. It's funny as hell. It's great. The books, the some of the books aren't even part of the story, which is kind of sucks. But at the same time, it was hilarious. Like, look, I wish they'd make more books faster because they give all these half books, but at the same time, they were endless entertaining. You don't have to read them because they don't really contribute to the story, but I read them and just because they were freaking funny. Like there, you won't find some funnier books that you actually enjoy because you know the main characters and stuff. So if you like this review, I know I went through just a little bit of it and I didn't do much, but if you like this review or you want more information on another review or just like and subscribe and write a comment below. Hopefully you liked it. I'm just testing this out. Later.